me.
Hello.
Hi everyone, this is my first time going live on Facebook, so it would be really awesome if you could let us know if it's working by just popping a comment in. You're live, we're building an audience for you. Okay, hi.
Hello.
If anyone's there, I've got my computer in front of me because the camera's quite far away so that we could both fit in the frame. Hello, I'm Brenda Janschek. For those of you who don't know me, I am a qualified health coach, and I'm super excited today to have my friend and clinical nutritionist Kim Holmes join us for a chat about kids and gut health. So hello Kim, welcome
Brenda,
today.
thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a
Excited
gorgeous day. Yeah, we were just talking about how
Absolutely.
beautiful the weather is and how excited we are that it's warming up. So Kim, could you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Yes, like Brenda said, I'm a clinical nutritionist. I focus on kids' health. My business, The Healthy Little Bee, was born out of a passion for the health of my children, Billy and Baxter. That's where the bee comes from. Yeah, so I focus on promoting health and well-being in families and children. It's definitely my passion.
Fantastic. And we decided to do this interview because we were just having a chat the other day about certain, kids' health and kids' health issues, and the importance of gut came up, and it sort of encompasses all areas. So we had the idea that we'd love to share with you some information, because gut health it's very much in the media at the moment. There's a lot of awareness about gut health at the moment. So and it's really important, isn't it, Kim?
100%. It is all the rage at the moment, and it's been a buzzword, I guess, buzzwords, gut health for kids, for a long time, and for so many reasons, not just for the health of the digestive system, and digestive system plays a huge role in processing nutrients and the absorption of nutrients and the production of enzymes, but also, I mean, you guys may or may not know, it's also plays a huge role in your kids' immunity. 70% of your immune system is in your gut, which is quite interesting. So if your kids are getting niggling colds and coughs, it could be a time definitely to look at their gut.
Right.
And also serotonin, which is a lovely happy hormone, is produced in the gut too. So moody, cranky kids, irritability, impatience, even anxiety can be definitely linked back to the gut. Yeah.
And so why else is the gut so important? It's 70% of the immune system's in the gut.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Who would even know that? Like every day you walk around and you just think, oh, my immune system's suffering. I've got to, I'm constantly getting coughs and colds. You wouldn't necessarily,
people would reach for, vitamin C or great immune nutrients, which are great in their own right, or antibiotics, which has a double bad effect here, which are going to sort of harm the gut when you need that good bacteria in the gut to have a healthy immune system. So definitely, if kids, adults are back-to-back runny noses or sick, definitely got to start looking at their tummies for sure. And
will those, you mentioned the vitamin C and the vitamins, will those sorts of things have an effect? Are they more of a band-aid for those sorts of coughs and colds and infections?
I think so. I mean, if children are getting recurrent, infections, and they're kind of, eating okay, but they seem to be back-to-back sick and, back and forth to the doctor's mum and dad, it definitely is worth looking at the gut health in terms of good bacteria and the right enzymes and all sorts of things we can chat about later.
Okay, so we're talking about, can you elaborate on absorbing the nutrients?
So this is the main part of the gut, the small intestine. That's where all the action happens, so to speak. It's if the lining of the small intestine is healthy and working well, you're going to get all that beautiful food that you're eating is going to be absorbed properly into the bloodstream, and you'll get the full effect of those nutrients from your food. But if the lining is impaired or the bacteria is unbalanced, your absorption of nutrients is going to be definitely impaired.
And what are some signs of nutrient deficiency?
Well, like we said, recurrent coughs and colds. In kids, tiredness, irritability. Major digestive problems could be undigested foods in stools, mucus in stools, constipation, diarrhea, IBS type symptoms. That can be all affected from the irritated gut lining for sure. Leaky gut, which is another buzzword.
What does just to explain? So what we're trying to keep this simple for you guys to understand, trying to keep it in layman's terms, not too technical, but leaky gut might be a bit of a tricky one.
Because it comes up a lot and it sounds like a layman's term, but it's a technical term. So even medicos all talk about it now, a lot of them. It's sort of leaky gut is where in the small intestine, if the lining is impaired, it's got little sort of leaks or gaps in it. The cells are sort of coming apart because they're not healthy. Large molecules of food that you've eaten can sort of go into the bloodstream, and the body can find this as sort of foreign, and that can cause a lot of inflammation in the body. It can reflect in the skin, digestive symptoms like we were talking, the moods, the lowered immunity.
So it's like all these systems are working. You can't sort of
in succession with each other. It's amazing.
And actually, for everyone, I can sort of see that there's a few comments there. You're very far away, and it's for some reason not turning up on my computer. But just so you know, at the end, if you have any questions, please pop your questions in the comments, and at the end, we'll ask him a few of those questions. Okay. So. Why else is healthy gut so important? I know we talked about skin health as well. That was something that when we were chatting the other day.
And I think, the evidence is there that, especially skin conditions, inflammatory skin conditions like eczema, which is very prominent, from little ones to all ages of kids, is an inflammatory skin condition that can come from the gut. And we know the evidence is there that probiotics are used to treat eczema. So it shows that if you have good gut bacteria through probiotics, through a healthy gut, through healthy linings and the healthy cells of the gut, you're going to sort of take steps to sort of reduce that inflammation that can be systemic through the body and show on the skin as eczema, acne, psoriasis.
Because now I've got kids that are, getting the odd pimple or two because they're that age. So it can be a few reasons.
It can be hormonal for sure, but it's definitely worth, treating the gut, could sort of stop that inflammation, that redness,
Gosh, what doesn't the gut do?
I know.
Can you tell us a few of the signs that our children might be experiencing gut imbalance?
I think in terms of digestion, like we were saying, if your child appears to have sort of food sensitivities, food intolerances, allergies, eczema, asthma, hay fever, that sort of group of, irritating, inflamed conditions that won't go away for sure. Like I was saying before, constipation, diarrhoea, tummy pains, bloating, uncomfortableness, and getting back to the skin eruptions, stuff like that. Moods, if they're sort of cranky, they're irritable, they're not sleeping well, they're fatigued, that definitely can stem back to the gut.
Wow.
Amazing, isn't it?
Also the causes, what are the main causes of gut health?
Oh God, there could be so many, and it's hard to sort of pinpoint any, but I guess generally you could look at first and foremost would be a poor diet, so diets that are high in sugar and dairy and gluten for a lot of people can be inflammatory. Definitely sugar, buzz, word forever, and that there's reason being for that, it's definitely inflammatory and can irritate the lining of the gut. Processed foods, trans fats, parasites, yeast infections, stuff like that, and also overuse or maybe even unnecessary use of antibiotics, which can sort of, get rid of that lovely bacteria in the gut.
So, there's definitely overuse of antibiotics. Sometimes, though, it does seem really necessary.
Yeah, of course.
But you can actually, treat your gut at the same time that you're taking the antibiotics.
Yeah, definitely, to replace that lost bacteria so further more conditions don't arise.
And so you've mentioned probiotics a few times, so it would be great to know, what you're talking about when you're talking about probiotics, because I think a lot of people probably think about something that you buy at the chemist, which is one way of going.
Yeah, absolutely.
But tied in with that, maybe we can talk about some really simple ways that we can help to improve gut health in our children.
As well as a supplement, but diet is first and foremost, like foods that are rich in probiotics, like sauerkraut, fermented foods, pickled vegetables, miso, tempeh, kombucha tea, beautiful probiotic foods and prebiotic foods as well to feed that gut bacteria, and asparagus and legumes and artichokes. So there's definitely a lot you can do with your diet to start healing the gut internally.
Yeah. So can you just elaborate a little bit on prebiotics?
Yeah, so they're there to feed the good bacteria, the beforehand sort of, you know. So definitely in diet you can get those. Like I said, asparagus, all legumes, artichokes, sweet potato, beautiful.
Yeah.
So great food.
Yeah.
Has it, you know, as a functional medicine, it's beautiful.
Yeah, so the probiotics from food, and also yogurt is another one as well.
Kefir,
those fermented foods.
Beautiful.
And then if you need an extra boost of probiotics, just say you are on antibiotics.
Definitely,
What happens then? What would you suggest?
I would suggest definitely a supplement, a good quality supplement, you know. So speak to your health practitioner, some good probiotic that's going to
that's fine.
Replenish your tummy. Yeah.
Okay. So are there any other non-food ways?
Even other diet relations, you know, stuff you do to create a healthy gut. Getting away from the probiotics would be sort of anti-inflammatory foods, you know, like your turmeric and fish oils and avocado, eggs, nuts, seeds, all that beautiful kind of stuff. Pineapple and papaya have natural digestive enzymes, so they'll start to work to break down the food without taking a digestive enzyme. So we can all say to kids, adults, we can have apple cider vinegar and lemon juice, but what kid's going to want to take that? So if you have some sort of pineapple and papaya, it might be a better option for them to start that digestive process. Lots of filtered water, lots of green veggies,
So basically, in today's world, our supermarket shelves are totally bursting with processed foods.
Definitely.
And these processed foods are full of sugar, they're full of trans fats, they're full of industrialised oils, additives, fillers, words that we can't pronounce, numbers we have. No, they're not. You can't even call it food. I call it frankenfood. And not just that, they're actually targeted. They're sold to us and our kids as health food. So the kids are going, oh look, Mum, look, it's sugar-free, it's gluten-free, it's fat-free, and the only thing that it's actually free of is nutrient density, those sorts of foods. And the only way we can get nutrition is through whole foods.
Real foods.
Whole food, real food.
Yeah.
And so I honestly think, Kim, that as families we need to get back to basics.
Yeah.
And we need to start educating our children about real food, whole food. And the reason it's so important is because, we're seeing kids suffering now with food intolerances, increasingly. We're seeing more and more kids with type 2 diabetes younger and younger. We're seeing obesity, mental health issues, ADD, anxiety, fatigue, skin issues. So many skin issues. I just posted yesterday an article from Dr. Lila Mason about eczema. And this is serious. It's affecting our children now. And certainly the foods that they eat now is going to affect their health in the future. And so this is why I've, together with passionate health coach Alex Stewart, you may know about our Thrive call. This is exactly why Thrive was created. Thrive, raising kids who love real food. We've poured all of our accumulated knowledge, all of our passion into this 3-week course. We've got experts galore sharing what they consider to be really the most important topics in children's health. We've got food. We've got meal plans. We've got recipes. So I'm going to post a link later once we finish our interview for Thrive if anyone's interested. We've had 800 parents go through the course, and we've got beautiful testimonials you can see on the website. So we start next Wednesday, and it's such an amazing community of parents, and Alex and I are there answering any questions, and we'd love to see you there. Maybe we can get you involved in
it's our passion,
do a bit of a Q&A. So Kim, can you tell everybody where they can find you?
Yes. You'll be able to find me on social media, The Healthy Little Bee, letter B, from Billy and Baxter. That's the same on Facebook and Instagram, and my website is thehealthylittlebee.com.au.
And do you offer one-on-one consultations?
Yeah, one-on-one consultations. If you have any further questions or you're concerned about your child's gut health or immunity or anything, we're here to help. Absolutely.
And look, I'm going to see if there are any questions. Everybody, I'm going to have to get in close to the camera because it doesn't seem to have turned up on my computer so that I can see your questions, but there was one question that I wanted to ask on behalf of somebody, and just in a nutshell, she was a grandmother. I get a lot of questions from grandmothers,
sure,
bless them.
After babysitting.
Yeah, so her grandson's 4 years old, and he has had a couple of unconscious episodes after eating certain foods, or there's a bug there. And the mother, as mothers do, doing her detective work, discovered that it's probably MSG.
Yeah,
right?
Interesting, wow.
Yeah, so she was actually saying if he's allergic to MSG, is it possible that he's allergic to other foods, and can addressing gut health actually help his situation?
Yeah, I mean, I think addressing gut health is not going to be a reason for you to have those MSG or other type additives, but for the grandma, God love you, obviously the first and foremost is to get away, like we were talking about those packaged foods, like, and MSG is in a lot more things than you would think about. All your flavoured chips and rice crackers, and even plain rice crackers is MSG, which is very bizarre. Some.
Well, they don't call it MSG,
I know,
people
it's
find
6
it
to 1, is it all?
There's all different names for it. Yeah.
So I mean, any numbers we want to read of, but I think definitely addressing his gut could make if he was to have an additive that was out of his control, could make him deal with it a bit better.
Yeah.
Obviously it was a shock to his system, but if there are the good bugs in there to help fight, and elicit that immune response he's having to try and make him better deal with it.
Thank you, Kim. I hope that's helpful. Now let me just have a look. What effect does worming tablets for kids have on their guts? What is it? Sorry guys, hi, I'm up close. What is an alternative treatment for worms in kids?
I think a lot of fibre, do you know what I mean? So you want to get rid of, without sort of irritating the bowel or promoting diarrhoea, but you want to sort of making sure that your kids are going to the toilet every day, lots of filtered water. Worming tablets, I think they could definitely irritate the gut. They do have a strong effect and they do, work. And if you have to use them, make sure you're treating the gut as well. Replenishing that good bacteria and the lining. What I haven't talked about before, but glutamine is a big superstar in terms of healing the gut lining. So it is found in a few raw foods such as parsley, beetroot greens, green leafy veggies, but to get the full effect of glutamine, which is a superstar, it really is, you'd have to supplement, definitely. Right. There are sort of strong problems going on with the gut,
So honestly, I mean, what you ultimately aiming for, and this is how, this is our lifestyle with our children, is it just becomes natural that these are the sorts of foods that they're eating. Because, you talk about fibre, but if your child isn't used to eating lots of greens and a lot of vegetables and fruit, increasing fibre suddenly can actually irritate the gut. So, you'd want to slowly build that. The ultimate place you want to be is just having, every day, including whole foods and varied diet, and your fermented. Get kids used to that sort of. My kids love kombucha.
It's starting early as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of parents have come to me. They're 6, 7, their kids. Is it too late? And I said, it's going to be tough, yes, but it's never too late. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's never ever too late. So,
and that's the same what we say on Thrive, actually. Like, we say from 0 to 18, because yes, it is tougher as they get older. But it's not impossible, and there are different ways that you can approach it. It's different for all the ages. So let me see. Oh, there's a few questions here. Is that okay?
Yes,
got a bit of time? Sorry, I'm up close again. Taking dairy out of a child's diet because of eczema and inflammation. How else do we boost calcium? Because you can get calcium from lots of other sources.
Great question. Great question. My daughter, the reason why I'm so passionate about gut health, because I've personal experiences too. My daughter's on a bit of a gut health regime at the moment, and we have taken dairy out, and she's fine. If you don't want to supplement, that's fine, but you could do almonds, almond milk,
sesame seeds,
green leafy veggies. Tahini's beautiful. Most kids do love that,
The bones in your wild caught salmon, the Paramount brand, the bones are full of calcium, and I've actually got a recipe on my blog. If anyone wants it, just email me or look it up for wild salmon and sweet potato fish cakes.
Lovely.
Because my kids don't like fishes in their head. Is not something that they go, it's fish for dinner. But they love these fish patties, and there's so much goodness in those. So there's lots of sources of calcium that come from dairy. Only turning in now. Apologies if this has been addressed. Should I give my children a probiotic? If so, which brand is best? Well, it depends, doesn't it?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, it's not going to hurt them. It depends on the severity of your little one's symptoms. There are some good brands out there. I don't want to name any particular names. You know, you're better off talking to a health professional or a health professional in a chemist. Chemists now stock a few practitioner-only brands, which are better than your mainstream. And if you're going to grab one, make sure it's a broad spectrum probiotic, so it's got lots of different great beneficial bacteria in it. And then it's stored in the fridge. So some probiotics are shelf stable, but you want to get a reputable brand that's sort of broad spectrum. But having said that, there is a particular strains of probiotics that are used for eczema. So I won't go into the techniques of it now. It's lactobacillus rhamnosus or something, but the studies are there to prove that definitely probiotics, particular strains, especially in eczema, is successful in treating.
Oh, look, I found it on my Facebook page, but there's I think you may have answered this question from Sasha. Hi, Sasha. What are your thoughts on probiotics from the fridge at the chemist for kids?
Yeah. I think Inner Health Plus, which is the ethical nutrients, that's not a bad brand. Probably the best of the bunch there, you know?
Yeah. I use that one too from time to time for
it's
various
a good quality
things.
one that you can get from the chemist for sure.
Okay, so I think that's all the questions for now. Hopefully you guys, can you please join me in thanking Kim Holmes for her time and her wisdom?
Thank you for having me, Brenda.
Was there anything else? Did you want to leave us with any one parting?
Well, I think don't be in a battle with your kids about eating healthy, you know. Like, start as early as you can. Involve them, you know, as Brenda would have preached before, involve them in all the processes where you can of eating healthy, and don't set the bad food up as the bad guys. You don't want to create a negative experience with them eating, you know. Create a positive experience around eating and whole, real, fresh foods.
And then your gut is naturally being looked after, nourished.
Definitely.
You don't even have to. Yeah. I mean, unless there's something severe that happens.
You look into it further. And you go a bit more stricter with things, but there are some common triggers which we spoke about, so keep an eye out for those, and do your best.
So sorry, there is just another question. I'm not sure if we answered this one. How important is a focus on fermented foods, probiotics, etc., if children don't show any signs of allergies, which is kind of what we were just talking about?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think a little bit's in moderation, you know. It's always good to have a varied diet. And if you don't see any issues with any gut problems or any other symptoms we spoke about before, I think a little bit of fermented foods, sauerkraut, or, you know, your gorgeous kefir yogurt, if they can tolerate dairy, is great every now and then. Yeah. It's not going to do any problems at all.
Yeah. In fact, I mean, it's a great way.
Yeah,
it's a preventative health, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's preventative
Don't
health.
overload them, you know.
No, and vary it as well.
Definitely.
Not just stick with you're going your sauerkraut.
And they're not going to like it, and then with a sensitivity to it, you know. But vary the diet and moderation, everything.
Look, I think what I'll do is, if any more... people are just tuning in now.
That's all right.
Sorry, we will answer a few more questions. Is that okay?
Yes, yeah.
Any advice on how to supplement a toddler with glutamine on the inhaling SIBO and leaky gut? On the lathe? What's that?
Later stage, maybe?
I'm not sure. Christina, Hi, Christina. On the late inhaling SIBO and leaky gut, we're not sure what that question is, but any advice on how to supplement a toddler with glutamine?
Yeah, I mean, if you are in a bit of a healing process, if he's not taking it, I'm not sure if that's your question, but I mean, I think glutamine as a supplement is tasteless. I've got it in a different sort of combination with a few other nutrients for my daughter. But I mean, if he is having a little bit of kefir yogurt or you can put it in any foods. You don't want to sort of heat it up though too much. Even in his water bottle, because it's kind of tasteless. And depending on your dose, you could even sort of split it morning and night with food. Yeah.
So it was on the path in healing.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. So you're definitely on the right track there. And glutamine, like I was saying before to Brenda, is an amazing nutrient that is the superstar with healing the gut. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the lining of the small intestine, it's just beautiful.
So if anyone wants to recap some of the things that Kim and I spoke about, I will be popping this on a blog post and sharing it in my newsletter that goes out tomorrow. So you can just sign up to my newsletter via my website if you wanted to get that as well. I don't see new questions coming through. Just let me double check. So I think we'll let Kim go, and yeah, have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining us live and helping me on my first Facebook Live experience. All right, everyone. See ya.
See you later.